Bringing you another episode of Mindset Monday. I hope you had another fantastic week. And well, today my Mindset's Monday is that if you maybe didn't have a fantastic week, or if something actually hasn't gone the way that you wanted it to go, so many times is that it's easy to be up and be upbeat and be positive and all of those things when everything kind of is going our way. It's when we hit those bumps in the road, if you will, the speed bumps of life that get kind of come up. And sometimes those speed bumps feel like more like mountains than they do speed bumps. And all of us have been there. And what I wanted to share with you today is just something to be thinking about when that happens is, when say a deal falls through or something happens that where it's like, okay, I thought it was going this way, and or it feels like there's maybe been some repeated things where it's like, man, I'm just kind of hitting one roadblock after another, or this disappointment, or whatever that may look like, wherever that you are in your life. And here's the thing: I always say is either we're coming into some kind of trial or challenge, or we're coming out of one, right? And it's just a difference of those seasons of in between of where all the joy and the good and all of that is happening. And what I want to share with you today is just kind of be thinking is like when that happens. So something like, that where like you weren't seeing it, or it's like, it's not going the way that you want. What's the next best choice that you can make? The very next best choice. Because what happens is that it's easy to kind of get stuck in as like, woe is me. And we kind of throw these pity parties and where we're just like, and again, I'm preaching to myself, not just to you guys. I do a lot of these Mindset Mondays is to reinforce things that are going on in my life. And when those things happen, where it's just like, okay, what's the next best choice that I can make to move me in a forward, in a positive way, instead of getting stuck here looking like would have, should have, I could have done this or that or whatever. And we're going to ruminate on that, and we're just going to rehash it and keep going over and over. And here's the thing: we can't change what's happened in the past. We can change, we can learn from it, and then we can change our choices by what's the next best choice that I can make. And sometimes it's just a small little choice. It isn't like some massive thing. It's like, okay, I've got to get my body in motion. I've got to go do something because what I'm doing right now isn't working. I need to go out and take a walk around the block. I've got to go do something. I got to do something else to change, to break a pattern. And so it's just that next best choice. You can call it the next best decision choice or move, whatever that works for you is. What is that thing? And here's the thing: people will say, well, like, how do I know it's the next best thing? You really won't until you do it. But what happens is that we don't want to get stuck like right where we're at, because that our mindset then shifts from kind of a growth mindset into that fixed mindset of like one was like, now I don't have any control over these things. Now we go into that, into that victim mindset, and that's not going to serve us at any point in time, I don't believe. And so it's never served me. And so more than likely, it's not going to serve you either. So what's the next best choice that you can make? It's, if you're in business, it may be where you have a deal. It's like, hey, I'm going to reach out to somebody. I'm going to continue my prospecting. I'm going to keep moving forward, doing it, getting into motion, getting into action. And it doesn't have to be some massive thing. It's just like, you know what? I'm going to call somebody, or I'm going to be around this person that just, I always feel good when I'm around them. I'm going to listen to some music or whatever that is. It can be a million different things to be able to get you to move and to start now gaining some new momentum as you're working around from that thing. And so I share that because I struggle with the same things, right? Where it's like, oh, well, this fell apart, or this didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go. And I don't want to get stuck in that, just, worrying and being anxious and trying to figure it out. I'm not saying we don't try to figure things out. It's just that, we got to what's that next best choice, right? What's the next best thing that we can do to keep us moving in a forward and positive direction? So that's what I've got for you today on today's Mindset Monday. Hey, as always, thank you for joining me and letting me be part of the start of your work week. Go out and make it an awesome one. And I'll see you guys next Monday.